Right now, Metro Police are looking for a suspect after a child was killed in West Louisville. Police said officers found the young male with gunshot wounds on West Kentucky Street, close to 16th Street around 10 o'clock last night. He died at the scene. If you know anything about that shooting, you are asked to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. You can also use the online portal. It's been a month since the Givaudan plant in Clifton exploded, killing 2 people and injuring a dozen others. It damaged neighborhood homes and businesses. The company has started paying out insurance claims to those impacted, but today we're learning some living in that area are still discovering unseen damages from that explosion. Our Clary Shaley and photojournalist Levi Hammer report.
Nearly a month after the Givaudan plant explosion, an active site. Crews are on scene. Fencing and construction set up. Outside still sits a weathered memorial.
Givaudan's been really great.
While inside, Givaudan representatives and their insurance, Crawford and Company, working with homeowners.
That's what this check is taking care of. Thank you.
Giving reimbursement to Haldeman Avenue resident Hillary Ford. I spoke to her last month about the damage, but since then, there's been more.
Our insurance adjuster comes and they see one thing, and it's, 4 weeks now, and things have shifted. They've settled. They've moved.
New cracks, holes, and problems.
My adjuster is trying to be helpful, but the way that the system is built is to how to get you as close to whole for the least amount of money.
It's still tough.
That sense of not knowing and lack of control, it's exhausting.
I asked Givaudan representative Elaine Gravatt for an interview, and she declined, saying there's nothing new to add. But one question remains to be answered. Where will Givaudan move to?
It's an opportunity to put an industrial facility in an industrial area.
In Louisville, Clary Shaley, WHAS11 on your side.
There is one more scheduled meeting for Clifton residents. It is Wednesday, December 18th from 4 to 6 at United Crescent Hill Ministries. And remember, if you are unable to attend, there is a new hotline number for people to call to contact Givaudan. That number is 502-341-2903. Givaudan did tell us it plans to open a $130 million factory just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. At this time, we don't know if this plant will replace the Louisville one. Previously, Mayor Craig Greenberg said he hoped Givaudan moves its facility out of Clifton, but stays in the metro. A spokesperson for the company said they don't have any specific information about the potential reconstruction here, saying that they are still in the early stages of planning and evaluation, and said they'll share updates as the process evolves. The state of Indiana is preparing to execute its first inmate in nearly 15 years. Joseph Corcoran of Fort Wayne is scheduled to be put to death next week after spending 25 years on death row. Corcoran was convicted of killing 4 people in 1999, including his brother, his sister's fiance, and 2 friends. Last week, the Indiana Supreme Court denied a stay of execution, allowing his death sentence to stand. The execution set for December 18th at the state prison in Michigan City.
You take a look at his criminal history, it is a significant domestic violence history. He has 2 prior convictions for violating protective orders. He has 7 prior convictions for assault 4-3 domestic violence. He has 2 prior convictions for unlawful imprisonment second. He has 9 different probation violations noted on his CourtNet history.
And with that long criminal history, 57-year-old Anthony Nichols remains in jail on a $1 million bond. Nichols is charged in the death of Erica Brown, whose body was found in the Ohio River earlier this week. Police believe 57-year-old Nichols shot Brown, then dumped her body near Cox's Park. According to an arrest citation, Shively police were dispatched to Brown's home days earlier on a report of a shooting, but found nothing. They recontacted the caller and said Nichols could be heard in the background admitting to the murder. LMPD flock cameras caught Nichols' car in the area of Cox Park on December 7th, which then prompted a search warrant where officers discovered blood. The judge said Brown had an active domestic violence order against him. He's scheduled back in court on December 20th. A former Catholic school teacher accused of sex crimes against children wants to change his plea. Back in February, 39-year-old Jordan Fouts pleaded not guilty to several charges, including distribution of child pornography. Investigators said he manipulated student photos into explicit images and shared them with undercover officers. Police said he did that while he was working at St. Stephen Martyr Catholic School. His change of plea hearing is scheduled for next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Well, the second person arrested in connection to a deadly shooting in Newburgh appeared in court today. Police arrested Anita Martinez Wednesday, saying they found the car used in the November 2019 shooting outside her home. She then admitted to involvement in the shooting. Martinez is charged with complicity to murder and is being held on a $250,000 cash bond. Metro Police are looking for more victims of the man they say stole thousands of dollars in cash and jewelry from seniors. LMPD said 37-year-old Anthony Williams tricked and exploited elderly people in the Iroquois Park area over the last several months. Some victims were on Gagel Avenue and New Cut Road. Police said Williams would gain access to their homes under the guise of doing yard work for the homeowner. We're also told he would sometimes bring a small child with him.
Some of the victims are even stating that Mr. Williams had a approximately 6-year-old female with him, and would gain access to their house under the premise that the child needed a glass of water.
This is not Williams' first case involving elderly. Almost a year ago, he was arrested and charged with following a 94-year-old man home, then assaulting and robbing him in his driveway. Police said 3 more victims have come forward since his arrest. If you believe you were a victim, call 574-LMPD.
I think that looking at his criminal history as well as reading the citation, there's no question that I find him to be a danger.
A judge raised the bond for Demond Taylor, the other suspect in the case, to $1 million. Taylor faced the judge for the first time after being arrested earlier this week. He is charged with murder and is scheduled back in court on Thursday. Well, $4 million of state grant money will help Harbor House complete its campus. Governor Andy Beshear made that announcement yesterday before taking a tour of the facility. Harbor House provides services to adults with intellectual disabilities, helping to build social, emotional, and cognitive skills. The expanded campus will add a child enrichment center and a respite house where as many as 9 people can stay for up to 2 weeks. The child enrichment center is expected to open in June.